Just get comfy as we cruise across your mental, yeah. Fluffy niggas biting styles, we see your dentals, yeah. Just get comfy as we cruise across your mental, yeah. Puffy niggas biting styles, we see your dentals, yeah.
Fuck this music go in a few rides. I told these bitches, these niggas be quiet. Why won't these people just give me my props? Why they be acting like this and that right? Stop.
All right, so we back to what we were saying. The last thing that I asked Miss Myko Lyric was, is Beyonce the closest thing that we have to Michael Jackson? And if not, who else is as close to Michael, if not on that same level as Michael, as a Beyonce Knowles Carter is?
I think.
Should I give the... So, when I say this, I mean in terms of singing, in terms of dancing, in terms of their live performance.
I don't think there's anybody who's performing now like Beyonce. And Janet she hasn't been performing like that.
Right.
I think it's interesting. I think it's just a matter of, I was raised on Janet's music, but I just don't think I had as much of a connection to it. I absolutely love it. But, I mean, when I think of Michael, even though for the majority of my life he was not alive, like, I would go crazy for Michael. I could go crazy for Beyonce, but I wouldn't go crazy for Janet like that.
For the majority of life? Like he wasn't alive?
He died in, like, 2007, didn't he?
In 2009. So
what?
Don't ever forget that date. Everybody.
Wait, 5 plus 4. You're right.
Everybody
right.
remembers exactly where they were when they heard that Michael Jackson passed away.
I do.
As anybody, everybody was like, I remember exactly where I was.
Wait,
I was on the campus of USC.
2018.
It was 9 years.
Plus 4. I was not 13 years old.
Yes.
13.
2009. We were in middle school.
I was in 8th grade.
About to go into 8th grade. It was the summer of 2009. I literally remember exactly where I was.
7th grade. I remember.
Yeah. Yep.
Wow.
Yep. So, not, you know what I'm saying?
12.
I'm almost half your life.
Almost half my life.
In a couple of years, but...
But Michael, I mean, I just think that... I think that Beyonce's abilities are unlike any known performer right now besides Janet Jackson. Because I don't think anybody else has the, what is it called? I just said the crossover potential. Right. I don't think that the dancing is just like such a huge part of it all.
But
especially since Prince died.
Yes, I forget like the crossover appeal. Like in terms of just like that raw talent.
Yeah, I still don't think that anybody besides Janet has that.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask you this. And I know some people might get upset at me because I know there's been some little stuff on Twitter. Do we feel like Bruno Mars is and I'm not comparing him to Michael Jackson because he is not on Beyonce's level yet, but do you feel like he is like that second coming of like the singer, the dancer, like the live show is banging, like
I think so.
Like, do you think that like he's the next under Beyonce?
I think that I have to hear his like either isolated vocals or just hear him live more, because sometimes I just can't tell how good of a singer he is live. He's an amazing dancer. I think that he has amazing presence on stage.
Facts.
And I really would like to address the fact that people think that he is appropriating Black culture because
Facts.
He is Puerto Rican.
Facts.
And I'll say that someone, they'll be like, so, and I'll be like, does no one know that Puerto Rican and African American is a boat stop?
I was about to break it down. In case y'all didn't know, Puerto Rican is Black. Dominican
West
is
African.
Black.
They were all shipped here, just different boat
From
stops.
the West Indies, you're Black. Facts. I'm black, and a black. Exactly. You feel me?
He's Black.
And he can dance. But I feel like in terms of dancing though, like with Bruno, which is why he's not at that level, I feel like he doesn't dance, and hear me out, it's like he grooves. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely.
Like Beyonce, she be hitting it.
Well,
like it's like in terms of just, I feel like.
Yes, I agree.
In terms of just
Beyonce almost Beyonce almost dances as much as she sings.
Yes.
And Bruno will have a dance break.
Exactly.
And then he'll be like,
and she just like,
but she's doing it while she's got those tight vocals on.
And she really be hitting every step, and she can do like any type of dance too. I feel like Bruno just, it's like he just be grooving. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I feel like it's a cool groove, but like a real like dancer, you got to go to Beyonce, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying?
No, I definitely agree. I think that, but I also think I just read somewhere that like a lot of people are saying this is Beyonce's best performance, and she's 36 with 3 kids, and it kind of puts into perspective how like you really aren't in your prime in your 20s. And so, how old is Bruno Mars? He's still in his 20s. He's definitely in his 20s.
I think he's like 30s now.
No,
I'm not gonna look it up, but
I mean, I think that he has some way to go, but with practice, I think that he can definitely get there.
But literally though, even like the artists that we like are trying to compare.
Bruno Mars is 32 years old.
30s.
He has aged magnificently.
I say you stop doing that crap. That's a whole different story.
I don't know if you do.
We don't know. But like it's so crazy though that we even are trying to like compare like these artists to Beyonce, and it's like Beyonce is up here, and like even the artists that we like are naming are way down here. But like they are like the closest
we have
to Beyonce, and then there's Myko. You know what I'm saying? Obviously. So like it just like it's like that just shows how like good she is. How much like work she has put in to like just making sure that she is like the GOAT. You know what I'm saying?
What do we feel about in thinking of other icons of our generation or near icons? How do we feel about Rihanna and what her strengths are?
I feel like that's a good question. I feel like I like Rihanna, and it's just like this. Just you feel me, like off the top. I feel like Rihanna is sort of like a Drake, in the sense that I feel like Beyonce is like a Kendrick, and then like Rihanna is like a Drake, right? So if you really want like the bars, like a battle rap, you know what I'm saying, like straight up, just. Like a lyricist, like you going with Kendrick. But if you want somebody, who's dope, like who like will give you, it's like dope music, but like it's more so famous like because of just like of like the clout that they have, like obtained. Yeah. I think that is sort of like Rihanna. You know what I'm saying?
I agree similarly. I think that I think also whether it's compensation or that she truly just like is so interested in so many different fields, I think that she's been able to dabble in a lot of things. I don't think that she is particularly like she delves into them. I think that she like touches a lot of pools but doesn't dive in.
This is like literally how I feel, right? So I feel like if people might be upset with me in the comments, but I feel like Rihanna is sort of like a Tupac, right?
Huh?
In the sense of like, it's like a Tupac is an icon, right? But he's not the best, like, he's not the best MC, right? In terms of like his writing and like in terms of like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like the bars of it, he's not better than Biggie. Like, you know what I'm saying? But in terms of like the iconness in like the whole package, it is gonna go to Tupac. You feel me?
I understand what you're saying. I don't think that the analogy of Tupac is serving.
I understand, but that is the only person that I can think of like when it comes like to rapping, Pac is not the best. Everybody knows that. You know what I'm saying? There's like a million, like others who like, it's like when it comes to like these bars, he's not going to be, I'm in the top 5, right? But in terms of like the full package of everything else that he did in the movies and all this other stuff, and and how like the personality and like
the wisdom,
that's why he's so popular.
Definitely.
I feel the same way about Rihanna, right? It's everything. It's her personality. It's like the Fendi stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like it's all of these things for why she is like super popular.
Yeah.
But like in terms of like her singing and like her dancing and stuff like that, that's not why she's famous or why she's in like the top 5 or top 10.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that was the comparison. I'm not saying that she is Tupac Shakur. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that the reason why I'm as popular has to do with a lot. Like it has to do with like outside stuff and not just the singing and the dancing and the live performance.
But she's nevertheless talented.
No, yeah, look, Rihanna is super dope.
Getting audience and
super dope.
Sexy
but obviously, in comparison to Beyonce, I say Riri ain't keeping up. It's just a fact. But Rihanna's dope. She got bangers. Last album was fire.
Last album was crazy.
But like, is there anybody else though that we feel like can like put on a show and like can really like sing and dance?
Controversially, some might say Justin Timberlake.
I low-key was thinking that. I feel like I'm being careful right now. I feel like he is super dope and super talented and has bangers.
Yes, he does.
But I feel like, well, for one, his Super Bowl performance was
subpar.
It was. And I feel like he's not something that we have not already seen from the Black community. Let's just keep it 1,000. He's dope. He's talented. Definitely. But I feel like
he's gotten so far because
it's like for Black culture though. Like we're not like, oh, like it's like he's the god.
Yeah,
like it's like he's good, but there's a million other people who is just as good as him.
Definitely.
And I feel like in more of like the mainstream, like it's like they hold him to like this, like amazing standard. But for us, it's like, yo, he is dope as hell. But there's a million other artists who came before him who was just as dope, if not a little bit better. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But shout out to him. I love him, but I don't think he's on that level. In terms of like white America, that's their god. Yeah. But like in terms of us, it's like he's definitely dope, but he's just is like one piece of a million other artists who just like we're just as dope. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I think that's really it. I
really do. I think that I honestly just feel like people who, I feel like music is being presented so differently now, and that's even what Beyoncé was talking about in her documentary, just like how people make singles, like nice for what? It's gonna burn out. And people don't make bodies of work. And I also don't think that people don't think about like a lot of times people just go up on the stage and just like stand in this place and sing or just rap and everything. It can be a whole musical, And I think that that's something that Beyonce and like certain artists who understand that, they go so far because like when you're able to reach an audience like that where they feel like it's an complete encompassing performance, not
you have to let them know.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like I think that's like people forget that dance is a huge part of music and to utilize that. So I hope that we kind of get more on that track. I don't want to be like the person who's just like, music isn't the same, because I think it's very strong, but I think that we have a lot of work doing what we think is a presentation. Like even in music videos, sometimes we'll just like people who have millions of dollars of budgets will stay on the street and rap at different angles and different and it's like, tell me the story. Like
Facts. Not word. But at the same time though, like I think that is like what makes like these artists, you know what I'm saying? Like those artists, right? Like it's even
Yeah, definitely.
in like the 70s and like the 80s and the 90s, like there like was always like it's like the trash stuff and the artists who, you know what I'm saying, who like were super simple, and then there's like the Michael Jacksons, right? There's the Prince, like, you know what I'm saying, like of like I'm about to like just go and do something and I'm just gonna mess up this entire thing, right?
Yeah.
But I feel like there can only be those few people because those are only like the few people who really get it. You know what I'm saying?
I completely agree, and that's what sets them apart. And you can see that that's what really gets them that big crowd of supporters.
Facts.
You know, just really giving it all in the performance. Beyonce was fucking it up. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Giving her all.
Facts. You feel me? But nah, I mean, it's real. I think our conclusion is that nobody is going to be Beyonce Knowles Carter. And she's just the GOAT.
Yeah.
It's Michael and Beyonce.
Prince.
Nope. And Prince.
Played 22 instruments. In high heels.
Look.
I love him.
But was he dancing like that?
Yes.
Though?
Prince was an amazing dancer. He would drop down in his splits.
As good as Michael?
Yes. He just did it in a different way.
As good as Michael?
Please don't.
As a Michael Jackson?
Because really,
and now,
this is
I'm like, this is going to be
yes.
a third episode.
Prince is number one.
Nah, man. Hey, shout out Prince. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, he killing.
All right, we got.
Off top. We got.
Guess our cheese?
Yeah.
That's our tidbit about Coachella and other things. Pop
culture. Yeah. That's our. You feel me? That's our little thing. But Beyonce
Respect to
killed
all of
it.
those artists.
Yes.
You were all amazing.
Respect.
We're all on different paths.
Facts. And next year we trying to be on Coachella. So
I'm trying to be an Afro-punk.
I'm trying to be Afro-punk too. I'm trying to be on anything that calls.
Anything that pays.
Anything that pays and calls. Or text. Or email. All that.
Tweet.
You know what I'm saying? But I love to be an Afro-punk too.
Yeah,
I feel like
we can definitely.
I feel like we like know people who like help to run that. You feel what I'm saying?
I don't know.
Black, you know what I'm saying? Afro, like I feel like we probably do. But yeah, okay. I'm like, you go first.
Okay.
I'm gonna get a big gulp.
I think that it's peppermint. Yes, it is. It tastes very minty, and I remember tasting this with Jamal.
It was like yeah.
Yeah, it tastes very.
Yeah, I think it was like spearmint or something like that. But it's.
What was yours?
It's peppermint, spearmint. I'm good. Well, so my like initial thought is that it is black tea because of like how bland it is. But I'm looking at this tea bag, and it doesn't look like black tea. There's some type of fruit in it, but I know that like the base of it is black tea.
It's Earl Grey.
It's black tea. There you go. I got it right.
Getting it.
Yeah, man, but that's it. You feel me?
Thanks for watching. And to those who were able to go to Coachella, I hope you had the time of your life.
I hope you had the time of your life, because I did.
Gosh. I had the time of my life looking at Beyonce's
Facts.
finance.
I'm like, we was watching it on the little, you know what I'm saying, on a little laptop screen, going crazy.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? But yeah, man. All y'all have a good time for next week.
Let us know your favorite part of her performance.
Yes, please do that. And in case y'all are new to the channel, and if you're not, make sure to like and comment on this video, and then to subscribe to the channel. You feel me? So we can get them numbers up. You know what I'm talking about? But yeah, man. And in case y'all didn't know, it's T, bruh. We out here. Cut it out. And see.